Welcome to this micro webinar on some hints and tips for Mentimeter. Mentimeter is an interactive polling and questioning and presentation app. So what I'm going to do to demonstrate some useful hints and tips that you may not have encountered before, some features you may not have used but are really useful. I'm going to share my screen and we are going to do a Mentimeter presentation, or I'm going to run a Mentimeter presentation. So my first tip is that you can add an instructions slide at the beginning of your presentations. So when you add a slide, choose the instructions layout, and you can see the instructions there. What I'd like you to do is go to www.menti.com and put in the code 2635358, or you can use the QR code if you're on a mobile device. And the other thing you can do as a presenter is to copy a link to this specific instance of the Menti presentation. Okay, so I popped that link directly in the chat as well. That last one obviously only useful when you're presenting online through Teams, because people will need to click on the hyperlink. But through Mentimeter, but Mentimeter can be used in the classroom equally as well as it can online. So we've got 2 out of the 4 of you joining. Be 10 seconds for the rest of you. So www.menti.com, code 2635358. Okay, 3 out of 4 is not bad. So we can begin. Okay, first question. When we're ready, I'm going to begin. Which of these features is not available in Mentimeter? Keyboard shortcuts, export results, music, the vanity filter, or they are all available. Okay, yeah, they are all available. So I'm going to move on to the next slide because this music is driving me nuts. But yeah, they are all available. So the first option there was shortcut keys, hotkeys. When you're presenting, you can access that through the panel at the bottom when you move your mouse, and you can use the shortcut keys to navigate through your presentation. So as well as using the next slide, a shortcut key is the right arrow key, and that will move on to the next slide. So you can see them on the screen there, or you just press K on the keyboard, you get to see the list of shortcuts. So you can do things like start presenting, stop presenting through the escape key. You can toggle full screen through the F key. For non-quiz question slides, so say the introduction slide, you can start a countdown by pressing the numbers. Okay. You can view and manage your results. When you run a quiz, you will see a banner at the top allowing you to view the results or to manage the results. So you can export results to PDF if you have a free account for Mentimeter. If you have a license, you can also export them to Excel. You can use the Manage Results button to reset the answers. So if you press that button, you can choose to reset the answers for just the current slide or all of the slides. So if you've gathered information from one cohort, you could reset it and start again for another group. Okay, so you probably heard the music, which got on my nerves after a bit, but you can add it through the options panel. Just scroll down on the options panel on the right, and you can add some music to your questions. There is also a profanity filter. So what I'd like you to do now is try and beat the profanity filter. Put in some naughty words and see what happens. So this is a word cloud. Okay, so go ahead and put some swear words in. And if it all goes to plan, you shouldn't see them. So hopefully someone can try this. Don't worry, it is anonymized. Okay. Just going to drag this over here. Okay, no one's tried it yet. I'll put some words in. Give it a try. It's going to make me do it. You're too polite. Okay. It's not actually behaving as I expected, but it has certainly filtered out the answer. I thought it would put up a little substitute characters instead of the actual words, but it's just not shown me the words that you put in. Okay, so the reason that I wasn't too concerned about if you did manage to beat the profanity filter, another tip is you can hide the results until you're ready. So you can use the shortcut key H to do that. Okay, so we haven't got any results at the moment, but you can hide them until you're ready to show them. You can also set up the slide, again, using the options on the right-hand side to hide the results. Okay, so we've got time for one more tip, I think. So I'm going to use this spin the wheel slide type to decide what that tip will be. Oh, hang on. Enter to spin the wheel. Mentimeter. So Mentimeter is a tool that can be used to act as a remote control whilst you're presenting in the classroom. So you can add Mentimeter to your phone, configure it to set up to work with your presentation. You can do things like move to the next slide from your phone, so you don't have to be tied to the lectern. Okay, so I'll put some links in the chat to those three topics there. We only got time to cover one. We only have time to cover one of them, but you'll find details about the other two there as well. So I'll stop the recording now. Hope you found that useful. As I said, that will turn up